Hello, my lovely, luscious Leos. Welcome back to my channel. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your guided reading for the month of June. Please like, comment, subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more that I can send back to you. Today we're going to be using the As Above deck for the general energy. So for anyone new here, welcome. We're going to take a look at the light aspect of what's going on, and that is the more lighter karmic lessons. What is known to us and what is in the light. And we will also take a look at the shadow aspect, which is the darker, deeper, more difficult karmic lessons and what may be hidden from us in the shadow. And we try to bring that to light, not only to become aware of it, but also to heal it. And speaking of light, let's bring a little extra light in here. So I want to let you know, during the cleansing ceremony, I felt that there was a flame being left on in the background. So I very much think that there's a flame that's still kind of simmering in the back, in the back of your mind. And in the root chakra needs video that I did for Leo, which I will link at the end of this, there was someone who was like lurking in the shadows, and I kind of felt that energy again. So there also might be an energy that you are forgetting to cleanse yourself, because I almost forgot to do my cleansing ritual before your guys's. And I also had this feeling about something that happened last November. So meadow, vulnerability. So there's an aspect of making yourself vulnerable in some way. I don't know if you are going out and looking for new love or whatever it may be, but I think that you are understanding, the lesson of vulnerability, of what it means to be vulnerable, and what the repercussions of being vulnerable truly are. What else for June for our lovely Leos? Yeah, this wanted to come right at me. So we have wolf instinct. There's an instinct to want to go towards something, is what I'm hearing. And it's very much because of the way you were raised. I always take this as being raised by wolves. Like, what pack were you brought up in, and how did you inherit your instinctive behavior, of maybe how you're triggered, how you respond to certain things, when you're quick to attack, when you're quick to hide, when you're quick to act wounded, things like that. Yeah, wow, beautiful. What else? Okay. Vision quest. So there is some aspect of needing to go on a vision quest about this aspect of vulnerability. And I think it's like, how do I want to come to full blossom? You're very much going on a vision quest. And this is alone, in the desert. So I do think you're, very much focused on doing this by yourself. What else? One more for Leo. What's happening in the month of June? Iceberg submerged. So there is still going to be things hidden from you. I feel like eventually this iceberg will melt, but there's a lot that you just don't know. And I think things are going to stay submerged and slowly start to come out. We will look into these energies. But, the iceberg, the whole thing about them is like, they'll show you just the tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see what's underneath the surface. So there's a lot. And I feel like someone instinctually might be coming towards you, and you might be, we'll see who it is. But, there's going to be a lot hidden there. All right, let's see about this vulnerability and the vision quest. Is beautiful. And I think the reason you're going on this vision quest very much is based on whatever this instinctual behavior was or is during the month of June. Whoa, that wanted to just fly and hit the wall and come to the ground. What is it? Justice. Yeah, there was some sort of injustice done to you when you were very vulnerable. And, I feel like justice is on its way. It's like, it's going on its journey. Right now it's in reverse and on the ground. But justice, an injustice was done. But I have a feeling that justice is going to come, and it's put you on some sort of vision quest where you're really, going through the spiritual implications of, what do I want? you know, you're looking for a sign, looking for your vision. Like, you're going through that sort of shamanic period of like, all right, universe, let's see. Like, I'm vulnerable to what you have to offer to me, and like, what's going on? Yeah, wow. What's the light aspect of this? Clobopus using bind and Mencino using tail whip. So there's some sort of fight that has either happened or is going on that you feel bound to. And Clobopus, you know, I usually take this as someone who's only interested in clobbering the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there is someone that you do feel bound to, that maybe you made yourself vulnerable to them and they did some sort of injustice to you. It says it's very curious, but its means of investigating things is to try to punch them with its tentacles. The search for food is what brings it into land. So again, you remember how I said, like, I felt like someone was going to be coming towards you? So I feel like someone's going to be trying to get information from you, and like the way to do it is through like fighting, you know, like adversary sort of energy. And you know, it comes to it comes to land when it's in search for food. So I do feel like someone is instinctually coming to, you know, feed off of you, is what I'm hearing. Or maybe they have done that in the past and they're, you know, they might repeat the cycle. So Mencino tail whip in reverse though. So for some reason I feel like it might not be from the past. Like tail whip in reverse, I always take tail whip upright as being like something from the past hurting you. So I feel like that's kind of what it like. I feel like, yeah, you're not letting the past hurt you anymore. Oh, good. But I do feel like you are fighting against the fact that you might be bound to them or something like that. It says, the way it brushes away grime with its tail can be helpful when cleaning, but its focus on spotlessness can make cleaning more of a hassle. So I feel like, yeah, you're fighting against this connection with someone that you have, and it's like, you know, you can clean up the connection, but if you focus on spotlessness, that it's not going to exist, you know, then it becomes too much of a chore to fight against that. Whoa. What's the shadow here? C-dot bide in reverse and fighting energy in reverse. So someone doesn't want to bide their time with this. Someone just doesn't want to fight anymore. And it has to do with the heart chakra and, you know, planting the seed in the heart chakra. So I very much feel like, you know, I feel like this is you, where you're like, you know what, I was vulnerable and injustice was done to me. Like, I'm going to be fighting against this connection that I have, you know, because I don't want it to hurt me anymore. But there's also this aspect of, like, if you try to get rid of the whole thing too fast, then, like, it, you know, then it becomes a chore of trying to get rid of it, because it's time to do the vision quest part of this journey, you know. And in the shadow, it's like you don't want to fight for waiting around for your heart's fulfillment, is what I'm getting, for that seed to be planted. It says, when it dangles from a tree branch, it looks just like an acorn. It enjoys scaring other Pokemon. So it does talk about, you know, looking just like an acorn and scaring. So I do feel like this is, you know, like you're afraid. You're afraid to wait for this. You're afraid to wait and give it time. Wow. I feel it. And it's because it scares. Yeah, of course it scares you. But you are understanding your instinct. So it might be, you know, your instinct to go towards somebody or go away from somebody. And I think the vision quest is understanding your instinctual behavior and why you feel the need to either take action viciously or retreat. Tell us more about this instinct. Tell us more about this instinct. Okay. So We have the Queen of Chalices. So this is about emotionally regulating, like the divine feminine, emotionally regulating and understanding, like when their emotions are too much, that they know to go to the King of Chalices that they can confide in. You know, this is being able to emotionally regulate in a positive way of, you know, telling other people about it. But there might also be this emotional instinct of like getting so emotional that you feel the need to share those emotions, is what I'm getting. And Seven of Swords, stuck. So I think that there's some instinct to want to consistently write to this person, is what I'm hearing. Like write to them or reach out to them. You know, Seven of Swords is very much, you know, seven being, yeah, of Libra, about this injustice that is what you want to talk about. And you want to kind of try to file things away. But I very much feel like it's kind of stuck in this emotional energy of like needing to talk to the other person about this. And it's like instinctual that you want to, you know, to speak to them. What's the light aspect here? Which is normal, especially, yeah, go, overrun, and horn leech, yeah. So going right to that. So there was someone who, you know, is going towards that heart fulfillment. Okay, this is go kind of Capricorny energy, and it's like you're afraid to overrun your heart chakra because they might be leeching off of you, you know, might be leeching off of your heart chakra, and it's horn leech. So again, it's someone who likes the clavipus, you know, here we have a horn leech, like, so I very much feel like that's why you are fighting against waiting for them, because they overrun their heart chakra, and they, yeah, my ears ringing. It's like they're a little stuck in like consistently moving forward instead of planting a seed in the heart chakra right now. It says they inhabit mountainous regions. The leader of the herd is decided by a battle of clashing horns. So again, you know, there was that aspect of like pretending to be something else, and also, you know, like scaring. I feel like this person likes to keep you in that fear of like not feeling safe in your heart chakra for whatever reason. It looks like because they're probably leeching your heart chakra energy off that. Ugh, shame on them. Not that I would cast shame at anybody, but like, ugh, really? You gotta drain me like that? Ugh, some people sometimes. Alright, what's the shadow energy? And that's the thing, it's like when they do that, your instinct is to want to talk to them about it, which seems pretty normal. It's like, hey, you know, you're coming and telling me to wait, but I am, you know, fighting against waiting, and can we talk about this? What's the shadow here? This is coming out. Persian, fake out, and ambush. So I feel like they, you know, come and then it's like a fake out. And with all the stuff that's been going on in Gemini lately, like, oh my goodness, you know, like we're in Gemini season. We just had the Gemini new moon. North Node entered Gemini a while ago. Mercury's been hanging out there for a while. And of course, the Venus retrograde in Gemini. So with all this Gemini energy, you know, Gemini is the sign of the twin flames, you know, of mental duality, of, you know, like one soul being split into two, and also the soul aspect of your relationship within your mind. But yeah, so like because of the Venus retrograde, there have been a lot of false starts with the twin flames. And this feels very much like that. And, you know, with the, like, this faking out energy and ambush, I feel like they came and ambushed you. Like, they came in hot and is like, oh, wait for me. And then it's like, well, they just faked out now. You know what I mean? And this is in the shadow, so it could have been, you know, in the shadow realm, in the 5D, in your dreams, psychically, you know, telling you to wait for them, sort of shit. It says, its lithe muscles allow it to walk without making a sound. It attacks at an instant. So, yeah, I feel like this hits you suddenly and you don't really see it coming. So either they might actually come to you in the 3D, or they may like psychically connect to you. And that's why you're probably, yeah, maybe that's what a realization that you're coming to is like you have an instinct to want to talk to them because they're psychically fucking calling you in. Interesting. Okay, let's see about what is submerged. What is submerged? Whoa. The High Priestess. I think that you are just discovering your power and getting in touch with your inner High Priestess. I think that there is a lot of emotions that still have yet to come out, you know, ice being water solidified. But really, I feel like this is your potential of how you're able to manifest and work in the spiritual world. You know, there's still so much hidden from you, and I feel like you're getting super in touch with that divine feminine energy, and you know, learning how to work with the earth spirits and you know, the moon. We have the full moon here, and I feel like something significant can be happening around the Sagittarius full moon. But definitely, whew, you have a lot of power in you. Woo, yes, you do, Leo. Man, you guys have been on some like crazy awesome shit the past couple months. All right, what's the light aspect here? What's the light aspect here? Okay, so it's gonna be, yeah, fighting type. So there's gonna be this fight about waiting for this, okay? There's a fighting type where you feel like it's never gonna be enough. Like no matter what I do, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? But hoot hoot using wing attack fight. The way to fight against not feeling enough is by talking about it. This person might not be ready, but I feel like that's something that you need to understand is like even talking to them, like if you are attaching your emotional needs to the ability to talk to this person, I have a feeling, you know, like that's a cycle that needs to break is what I'm getting at. Like I'm feeling it. It's hard to get it out. All right, it says, it nests in small horizontal holes and cave walls. It pounces to catch prey that stray too close. So I feel like, yeah, like you're going to notice that they're going to get close and you will feel the need to fight against it. You know what I mean? Until you finish this cycle of unsubmerging the High Priestess's power. You are going to feel like I'm not enough, and, you know, push them away and naturally say stuff. It says, it begins to hoot at the same time every day. Some trainers use them in place of clocks. Yeah, it's going to be like clockwork. It's going to be like clockwork that this happens, but it's very much in your best interest to be focused on your High Priestess sort of energy while they are done doing this heart overrun and clobopus stuff. Because we also have Snubble here in reverse using Ruckus. So, or using Ruckus in reverse. I feel like they're going to keep causing a ruckus, and like your job, because fairy type is one-on-one relationships and it's tricky energy, very much deal making. Like it's just gonna, you know, oh, okay. Getting in other relationships are going to be the same type of ruckus is what I'm hearing. Let's see, what does this say? Small Pokemon flee from its scary face. It is, however, considered by women to be cute. So I feel like this feels like somebody else. And I feel like getting involved with them is just going to kind of perpetuate the same sort of cycle, is what I'm getting. But this person might not be very like cute in the face, but you might like think that they're cute anyway, you know? Or might not be your regular type or something like that. All right, what's the shadow aspect here of what is submerged? That was like a whole separate lesson, or like not a lesson, but you know what I mean. Like a whole separate line of energy that just came out there. So yeah, damn. So the shadow is the heart chakra in reverse. So, you know, this is earth energy. So could be, you know, your connection with earth energy needs to be healed in the shadow. Could also be that like your heart chakra is not going to be, you know, at the most best, you know what I mean, about this situation. But, you know, the heart chakra cracks a little bit in order to access these deeper powers, you know, and it's very much this vision quest that you're going on. And right now is not, I'm it's like this person can't give you that heart fulfillment either. It's time to, you know, transmutate it and use the high priestess energy and the way to heal the heart chakra. You know, because like while their heart chakra is here, like look, they're just out of control and you are afraid to wait. So don't expect things to be upright. You know? Like it needs to be healed because it's in the shadow. And it's very much the way that you do that is by getting in touch with your inner high priestess. And I think more will come out around the Sagittarius full moon in a couple weeks. What does Leo need to hear about love? Love is a single soul that inhabits two bodies. Yeah, I figured this is very twin flamey. Like, you know, right now the heart chakra needs a little bit of healing. And you do this through, you know, by not giving up on your practice, even when there is, you know, verbal attacks going on. Wow. Can we have one more for Leo? By the way, Leo, we're going to go deeper in the extended if you're interested. The link is in the description box below. I'm going to look a little bit more about what this vision quest is going to entail, how better to control these instincts, and what some things that are going to be coming out during the Sagittarius full moon. So let's see. In true love, you want what is best for the other person. In romantic love, you only want the other person. Yeah. The thing is, I feel like, you know, you have to know that if you love them, then they have to go through this and they have their own cycles to heal. And during this time, if you know, you have to let go of that actual person in order to love them. You know what I mean? Like love is allowing them to have their free will to do whatever that they want to do. And you know, if it's yours, it will come back. All right, what should we focus on healing for Leo in the month of June? What should we focus on healing? What should be focused on healing? Embrace. Wow. Yeah. Physically coming together. I feel like some aspect of touch and cuddle is very good, that you might need some physical intimacy. It looks like getting involved in another partnership might not be the greatest idea, but like having a cuddle buddy of, you know, giving someone a hug or someone that you feel very safe, you know, inside of their embrace is very important. I also think that coming into physical contact with this person might be a good idea. Obviously, if they're just after the sexual stuff, that's your choice. But I do think physically touching is a good idea because, you know, for twins, it's a whole different level. Well, yeah, we have enchantment. So again, that witchcraft. Can we have one more for Leo, please? What should we focus on healing? What should we focus on healing? Trilogy of Light, Father, Mother, Child. So if you are thinking about that you possibly want this out of the relationship, this is something, you know, this is the path to do it. Getting in touch with your inner high priestess. And, you know, the Trilogy of Light, it could be dealing with a child that you already have, or, you know, dealing with things in correspondence to your own parents. Wow, expectancy in reverse. So, yeah, it's like you might not be expecting now. And the thing is, if you come together, now is not the time to create a child, because they are still in this, you know, playboy, playgirl type energy. So it's not to be focusing on the expectancy of getting pregnant. It's more about focusing on bringing that Trilogy of Light together, you know, of focusing on that. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. All right, my dear Leos, like I said, if you're interested in the extended, the link is in the description box below. Please like, comment, subscribe. The more energy you send to me, the more I can send to you. And yeah, I hope to see you again for the next reading if you don't join me in the extended. Also, if you would like to book a private reading, please email me at sachithescorpio@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram at Sachi the Scorpio. Okay, Leos. Mwah.